I got it. 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 87.
Bro, get this mini breakthrough. Ace.
I'm not good at horror. I don't spend a lot of time doing things that scare me, as I'd rather stay in my well-known bubble shield that keeps me safe from not only trying new things, but also games like these. But as the new season arises and the time for spooky draws near, I figured I could finally try to strengthen my once paper-thin bravery into an unbreakable sheet of steel. And what other game could help me on this journey? None other than Roblox's Doors.
Yo, what's that behind the window? What the fuck? Me, look.
You dumbass. He's gonna fucking hit you in your face.
Doors is honestly a game that blew my expectations for a Roblox horror game. I mean, let's be honest here. The horror genre on Roblox is honestly not that terrifying. You've got your games like Piggy.
I can go get trapped.
There's a trap over there, CyKer.
Oh.
That's CyKer.
This random game we found on Roblox called The Vents.
Turn around, bro.
And I don't even remember this FNAF one.
I don't think I'm gonna. Not like this.
Oh no! Each one of these I wouldn't consider scary, and it's mainly because it all feels so predictable. You know everything because the game tells you what's expected or follows the same pattern we've all come to know thanks to horror. Five Nights at Freddy's. Follow the objectives given, survive, if not, jump scare, and repeat. There's games out there that just depend on random jump scares to give you a spook when there's no tension to be built. I'm not gonna name any names. The Mimic. They follow this method in hopes of creating something scary, but in reality, it just becomes repetitive, thus rendering the entire point of the horror game genre useless. And that's the expectation that Doors defied for me. When you first enter Doors, you descend in an elevator playing some funky tunes that alert you with a false sense of safety as you grab your bearings on what to expect when those doors open. And when it does and you walk out into the hotel's lobby, you're left with your own curiosity on how to proceed. And that genuinely will never not be the scariest thing imaginable to me. You are forced to take charge. You are forced to learn, and you are forced to experience everything by yourself. Or with a group of friends. But CyKer, I thought you said you were gonna strengthen your paper-thin bravery into a sheet of steel. How are you gonna do that by playing with other people? That's what I bet you're thinking. And you're right, but not completely. While I did technically get babied into knowing most of everything in this game by playing with others, it still proved to have effectively shivered me timbers when it came down to defending myself, because who knew being told to do something is a lot easier than actually doing it while high on fear?
I don't like it.
What is that?
Uh-oh. Good luck.
What is that?
That's ambush. He's gonna, you need to get out and get back in the closet every time he goes by. Oh, CyKer's already dead.
Am I bleeding?
These entities on Doors are super cool. They actually forced me to swallow my fear in order to survive, but they all do it in so many unique ways. For reference, Rush taught me to be aware of my surroundings and make sure that there's always a closet within arm's reach so that I can survive its attack. Screech taught me to stare it dead in the face for an anticipated jump scare, otherwise risk death from an unexpected one. Dupe taught me to be aware of the door numbers that I was on, and so much more. And you're supposed to grab knowledge of these entities through your own failures. That's what makes this game truly an experience compared to the rest. It forces you to learn how you're supposed to tackle each one of them through experience. I'm telling you, the day I finally conquered my demon ambush was the most pivotal Doors moment I could ever have for myself.
And it's not funny.
Oh no. Oh
wait, it's there! It's there!
Okay, at first.
Oh no!
Never mind, that is the shit we're talking about.
No! Oh no!
Oh, that. Oh.
Hell no!
Oh no!
Hell no! And he's still there!
Oh my
Nah,
God.
that was close. You barely got in that shit. He's still there.
Yeah, that's why I was so shook in the very beginning. Those two clips are connected. I will never forgive you, Screech. Sometimes, you may find out small quirks about them, like how you can survive rush without hiding if you head in a split path for misdirection, or how you can find out which doors dupe by listening for dark ambience when near it. There's cool approaches that you can take to learn how to effectively keep yourself safe when you're in a pinch. And it's what allows this game to feel really dynamic in its gameplay. And when you are finally able to master things down and things get really serious and the tension is rising, the ending is what sells it all and has you at the edge of your seat wondering where it will go next. But, of course, not everything is so clear-cut as I make it. As you may realize, the more familiarized you are with Doors entities, the less scary the game becomes. And that's such a valid argument, I could hardly defend against it if it weren't for the fact that this game is still a survival game at its core. The main goal is to survive, and whether or not you're scared of the entities within does not change the fun aspect of mastering the game's core mechanics and even their limits. The game recently got access to modifiers, and while I'm not too experienced with them, they definitely will switch up the game to help create an engaging experience for veterans. And even more so, that's not even the end of the content. Because did you know that if you get 2 lockpicks, buy a skeleton key, and head to a secret area, you can then unlock a new areas of doors with all new looks, entities, and an upper door limit of 1,000? Yeah, this game honestly gives you a lot. You can tell that there's a lot of passion behind it, seeing how they're treating their game, especially down to the goofy trophies that they give you upon completing specific objectives. Doors is truly something past your average Roblox game, and I hope that with this video, you'll maybe consider giving it a shot for yourself. Or heck, if you want to steel yourself up in your own fear tolerance, I would highly suggest this as I genuinely feel stronger because of it. It's a really fun game, and it truly superseded any previous expectations that I had of it. Anyways, it's been real. You are now leaving CyKer's world. See you on your next visit. Also, I just learned something. Why did they make a drip remix of the elevator jam? It was already good?